Hey guys, Ivan here, and in today's video we got a couple of really interesting bodybuilding updates. And in this one we have a bunch of smaller bodybuilding updates, not really any major news. The first thing we got is a physique update by Martin Fitzwater. So Martin has been really gone from social media since that whole incident that happened earlier this year. And really, we have no idea what is he bringing. Is he going to be on? Is he going to be off again? We don't know. Did he make progress? We don't know much about Martin at this point. I feel like this might be a really good Martin Fitzwater, especially now that he has no distractions on social media. He's only focused on one thing, and that's just bodybuilding. So I think the situation is probably ideal for him. And having no pressure, not having a bunch of fans to love him, to support him, or hate on him, I think definitely alleviates some of the pressure that he always had. So now, just without that one thing, I think he definitely has a chance of looking his absolute best. And based on this little snippet right here, it seems like he's in solid shape already. And before the Arnold Classic, guys, if you remember my videos, it was pretty clear to me that Martin was not bringing it. It seemed like he was going to be off. And he was. You can see those things, even on the IG photos. Like, you can be 100% sure what kind of look these guys will bring, but you can be pretty sure whether they're going to be on or off. And this right here, at like 4.5 weeks out, looks like Martin just might be on. And here is a little video. It was posted like a week ago, so at like 6 weeks out, I'm pretty sure this is current, because this lower belly that Martin has now on his midsection is something new. It wasn't there before, and as he gets more condition, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be not that noticeable. I'm not even sure if it is water retention or actually his lower abs. It looks like abs, but why wasn't it there before? Maybe it was. Maybe I just didn't notice it. I'm not sure. But overall, other than that, this looks very good, man. Very, very good. He's big. He's round. He's hard. His conditioning is really good as well. He has that plastic, the high quality look to the muscle, to the skin. The details are everywhere. He looks really hard, really full. This looks very, very promising, man. This looks very, very good. So I don't know what to expect from Martin. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the top 6, but where in the top 6 will he land? I mean, he can go as high as like 2nd or 3rd, potentially. Probably not, but more likely 4th, 5th. I think 5th or 6th is probably the most reasonable outcome. 6th place, let's say, is the best prediction that I can give you right now. But we'll see. I mean, with this look, with his shape, with his aesthetics, and the way the things are judged these days, he might actually be able to beat Nick Walker and place in that top 5, and then fight with Hardy or even Andrew Jack and potentially beat them. I mean, we'll see, guys. What do you think? Tell me down below. Now, if that is not the case, and Martin ends up being pushed out of the top 5, this is one of the guys that he's going to face in that second call-out, Tonio Burton, who also, if you guys remember, said at one point that his goal is to surpass Martin Fitzwater, beat him at a Mr. Olympia, and get into the top 6 at the O. And, he also was beaten by Krijo at Pittsburgh Pro, so statistically, Krijo is a better bodybuilder than Tonio, but I don't know, man. I'm looking at Tonio and his current physique update, and this is looking really good. Really good. He is so complete, man. So complete, head to toe, brings good conditioning always, a lot of pop everywhere, a lot of 3D, maybe a little bit too much of that pop in certain areas, you know what I mean? But overall, a really good physique. I am a fan of this physique for sure. And it seems like he's growing. From show to show, he's bigger. And I think he probably made some progress from Legion to the Mr. Olympia. His coach, though, plans on bringing him in really shredded to the Mr. Olympia. Based on him, Mr. Olympia is the conditioning contest. Not the way I see it, guys, to be honest. Like, if you look at the top five at a Mr. Olympia, none of the guys are like really super conditioned. Like Derek from the front, really bad condition. Samson was really never in condition. Andrew, pretty soft at the glutes and the back usually. Hadi, always softish from behind, like, glutes and back. Nick last year wasn't in great shape. He was in the top 6. So really, in my opinion, Mr. Olympia is more of a size contest. Like, if you don't have enough size, you can't hang with the top 6 guys. And Samson managed to crack the top 6 in 2023 or 2022, actually, was it? Because he was so massive. He wasn't super conditioned, not at all, but he was just so big and conditioned enough. So I think better play would be that Tonio comes in really full, and with his condition, like, he's not going to be completely off. There is no chance of that. I mean, with his frame, he can never be really a massive guy, but I don't know. I would just like to see him bursting full as big as possible with just good enough conditioning. Justin Jacoby doesn't agree with that, so we'll see what's going to be the outcome, whether this is the right decision or not, whatever you guys think. Tell me down below. Hey, did you forget about Fooda? This guy is also doing the Mr. Olympia. He's qualified by winning Detroit Pro this year. And Fooda looks absolutely wild in his current physique updates. It's 6 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia. Now, this guy usually does look better on IG, but, I mean, hey, he just competed at Detroit, and he beat some guys, like some pretty good guys, like Patrick Moore, for example, and some others. So, and he was a convincing winner. Like, there was no debate. And you have Patrick Moore winning a show, Texas Pro. That's a pretty big result, pretty crazy result. And it's not like Patrick was off at Detroit. He was also pretty good even then. And again, there was no talk about Patrick potentially beating Fooda. So that's how good Fooda actually is. And I don't know if these photos are accurate, but it seems like he grew again. He grew a lot since Detroit. So we'll see how good his conditioning will be. That is kind of an issue with him. He's like a huge guy, but doesn't have exactly the best detail and depth of the separation. Again, his win in Detroit was very dominant. However, he lost to Wesley Wissers in that King of Detroit thing, which I thought was, I mean, it's a cool thing really to see it, but a guy that wins a show and ends up second in the overall, an open bodybuilder, I mean, I don't know, it kind of maybe put him down a little bit. You know, maybe because of that, we don't remember him so much as a winner of that show, but it's like a second place finisher because he didn't win the overall. I mean, it wasn't really an overall, but it kind of was. I mean, the audience voted for it, but still, it kind of sent a message to the world that he can lose to a classic guy. I don't know. I didn't really like it too much, but you know, it is what it is. He won the Detroit, really, and he's going to the Mr. Olympia. He's looking crazy right now in these updates. You guys tell me down below, where do you see him? Is he potentially like a top 12 Olympian? Can he fight for that 12 to 10 spot? Or is he one of the last guys in the lineup? Tell me what you think. All right, the next guy we got is Urs Kalecinski with a new physique update. And guys, for some reason, whenever I see Urs's off-season updates, what I think is, like, how healthy is this? How healthy is he? Because he used to be a classic guy. He looked like a really fit and healthy bodybuilder. I mean, classic bodybuilder. And now you're seeing him morphed, looking like a freak, like a legit freak, with his head twice the size of what it was before. I don't know. I'm just thinking how safe and how healthy this is, especially now that he is single. So, you know, single life can be a little bit less healthy than when you are in a relationship. So it seems like he's absolutely pushing the envelope because he is looking huge. He's actually looking massive. And he is not going to be competing this year. His plan is to compete next year. So I'm guessing his goal is to be as big as it's needed to be winning higher level pro shows in the open and potentially be like a top 10 or really like a top 6, top 8 Mr. Olympia material which I believe is possible based on what he was bringing at those couple of shows he did. What he brought was phenomenal. Like he looked crazy. He had aesthetics, but he was also really big. So, if he adds another 20 pounds of muscle or like 30 pounds of muscle, which it seems like he's on that path, that's going to be a really good open bodybuilder. So you guys tell me down below, what do you think? How high can Urs Kalecinski place and how much does he need to progress more? Another 10, 20, 30 pounds? What do you think? Tell me down below. All right, so that was a nice transition from open to classic. First talking about Fooda, then talking about Wesley Wissers beating Fooda. Now talking about Urs, who is already in the open. He was a classic guy, and now we come to the real classic physique guys. The first guy we got is Nial Darwin at 4.5 weeks out of the Mr. Olympia. And this guy placed 5th last year. He was beaten by Josema, who is no longer competing in Classic. And other than that, only Terence Ruffin, Mike Sommerfeld, and Ramon Dino. And as you guys probably know, Ralph Diesel kind of took a year off of training. He's still competing, but I doubt he's going to be what he was last year. So I'm pretty sure Nial Darwin is currently top 4 in the world. Maybe Wesley Wissers can take him out, but based on last year's results, he's a top 4 classic physique competitor in the world. Now, can he place higher? I mean, if he beats Ralph Diesel, which I think is pretty much expected, he can be top 3, but can he take out somebody like Ramon Dino and Mike Sommerfeld? I mean, these physique updates are looking pretty wild. He does have a tiny waist. He does have really small joints, a lot of pop to the muscle, a really good classic physique, but it's one thing to look good on IG photos. It's a whole other thing to look good on stage compared to everybody else. It seems like he's going to be in condition. He was off kind of at New York this year because he had some health issue, but later after that, I think at Pittsburgh he brought it, he nailed it, and there was no question of that guy, Diego, the Brazilian guy, beating him. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be in the top mix, at least in the top 5, but do I see him beating Ramon and Mike? No, I do not. Maybe if the classic physique was judged based on the aesthetics and the look that resembles more the golden era bodybuilders, but that's not what classic physique is. Based on the actual criteria, I don't see him beating Ramon or Mike. I think they are on the next level, and this guy is, close, but not quite there yet. Not this year. Maybe in a couple of years, maybe next year, but this year, I don't see him cracking the top 2. I don't see him winning the Mr. Olympia, but maybe you guys see it otherwise. Tell me down below, what do you think? All right, then the last thing we got is an actual physique update from, in my opinion, future classic physique Mr. Olympia, Mike Sommerfeld. And this year was a pretty good year for Mike, publicity-wise. There were no controversies. Nobody talked about his height or him not paying the editors, or actually there was some talk at the Arnold Classic because he missed the weight, but he actually handled that very nice. He smiled, he just smiled and waved, and then he showed up at the Arnold UK. He made a weight and he won, and he was a convincing winner. So I think his PR is actually pretty fine this year. So I don't see a reason for him not winning the title. And also, in my opinion, his physique is better and more complete than Ramon's when he is on. And I think he's going to be pretty much on this year because he's already huge and in pretty good condition. So once he actually makes the weight, he's going to be also massive for classic physique, but shredded. And they nailed it for the Arnold UK, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be able to repeat that again for the Mr. Olympia. We'll see what's going to happen, guys. Whatever you think, tell me down below in the comment section. And that is going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. See you soon, guys. All the best, and bye-bye.